name is Dhruva M.D. if you can't pronounce that. I'm a doctor, musician, and I'm here to bring you a new series that I would like to call Motivate You, Inspire Yourself. This phrase, motivational speaker, is self-proclaimed. That self-righteousness really started bothering me. I thought about it a lot, I meditated on it, and of course I penance. I came to the conclusion that only you can motivate yourself and then in turn inspire yourself. Are you always waiting for somebody else to motivate you? Are you always trying to be inspired by somebody but not accomplishing it? Well, I've been there too. What have I done? I realized that only I can motivate myself. I was skewed. My thought process was skewed. I did not recognize and I didn't realize that I was doing these things because nobody else wanted to do it. You can't wait for your wife to get on a diet and then you will. You can't wait for your girlfriend to go to the gym and then you'll go join her. No, that is an excuse. You gotta do it for yourself. And when you motivate yourself to do something and then you accomplish it, you will in turn inspire yourself. Let's figure this out. How do we get results by motivating you and then inspiring yourself? Let's go with motivate you. Remember, we're always trying to get results. To-do lists do not work. It's an excuse. You gotta get results. If you want to make a list, make a result list. Motivate you. Let's try to give a couple of examples of how when I was down and out in my life that I had to motivate myself because nobody was there to do it for me. In April of 2006, I moved to England. At that time, I had a medical degree that I obtained in India, and I needed to take the United States Medical Licensing Board Exam Part 1. I landed in London. My cousin was gracious enough to take care of me for 6 months. London with $500, a foreign medical degree, no bank account, and I wanted to get residency in the United States. What does that mean in England? Residency means citizenship. And I'm going to be in their country for 6 months with $500. Like, how the heck are you going to support yourself? I'm like, well, my family takes care of me. We're Indian. They're like, no. That's not the case. They detained me in the airport. Still remember drinking Starburst juice. I remember drinking Starburst juice in the area where they detain you. My cousin had to come, had to bring a letter of intent saying that he's going to take care of me, and then they finally let me go with him. At the end of the day, what happened was that I had nobody to motivate me during that time. Nobody was like, hey, look, you gotta finish this. I didn't have my dad telling me, hey, look, if you do this, this is what's gonna happen for you. There was nobody around that was guiding me. I had to figure it out for myself. And that's what I did. And 6 months straight, I motivated myself to complete the United States Medical Licensing exam that I took in London. How did I do that? I studied 8 hours every day, except for Sunday. I studied 4 hours that day. And then I would watch poker tournaments in the evening. That was the only thing that I did for myself because I had to complete it. I needed to get a result. I wasn't like, let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let me study for a little bit, maybe like a couple of months, and let's take the test and see what happens. You know, I have somebody that will pay for it again. No, I had somebody who lent me money for this test. I didn't have a choice. In turn, I had to motivate myself with A and then B. In October of 2006, I moved to the United States. My friend Tony was gracious enough to take care of me, and I moved in with his in-laws. What did I come there with? Well, I moved to the United States from London with $500. I had no place to stay. I had a United States Medical Licensing 1 examination pending, which I did barely pass, to be honest with you. And then after that, 4 or 5 months time frame to stay in my in-laws' house. What did I do? I walked over to a strip mall, and I went into every single place. And I said, hey, look, can I work? I don't care what you guys do. I don't care if it's a dishwasher. I don't care if it's at Applebee's. There was like this local Subway. Finally, I went into Macy's. I realized that if you tell somebody that you have a medical degree in these fields, they'll say that you're overqualified. They won't give you a job. I didn't even tell them I had a medical degree at the time because I needed money. I had to motivate myself. Somebody else there doing it for me. I landed a job at Macy's. I was making like maybe $8, $9 an hour. It's in 2006. That was good enough. I mean, I could eat Taco Bell without having to worry about it. Buy Gatorades without having to worry about it then. But that wasn't enough. And then what I did was I started working at CVS. I had to motivate myself to make more money because Macy's wasn't giving me enough hours. It was the holiday, so they hired me, but they weren't giving me enough hours. And I worked at CVS. No lie, and this is only to tell myself that whatever I've done in my life, I've motivated myself so much, I can do whatever I put my mind to, within reason. I was walking 2 miles to Macy's, and then I would walk 2 miles to CVS, and then I would walk 2 miles back home. That was 5 days a week. Not only did I motivate myself a lot during that time, I realized that today, if I want to make a video about this, I've inspired myself so much because of the way I've motivated myself that I can do it. What was the whole purpose of that? The result was to get a USMLE 2 pass. Thank my stars for the amount I've motivated myself. Let's go to inspire yourself. Well, since I've motivated myself to do all of these things, I can inspire myself to do things that are reasonable. I have to achieve reasonable goals. Now, Micheal Jordan has inspired me. His work ethic is phenomenal. But I can't be Micheal Jordan, nor do I want to be like him. He's Micheal Jordan. Let him be Micheal Jordan. Why don't you take what he's done and apply it to parts of your life? You're going to succeed. Whatever you do, you got to do it 24 hours a day. It's not easy to diet 24 hours a day. It's because it's hard. There's no such thing as the holidays. It's hard. It's hard not to work out. Oh, well, it's COVID-19. No, that's an excuse. If you're going to work out, if you're going to take care of yourself, do it all the time, 24 hours a day. After I motivated myself, I realized that I can inspire myself. Let's take Micheal Jordan. Micheal Jordan practices mindfulness. He's always in the moment. Whenever he's in a shot, he's in the moment. If he's outside and he's practicing, he's in the moment. That inspired me to be in the moment also. That's why I meditate. That's why I take time to myself to understand what's going on within me. But I don't want to be like him though. I just want to be inspired by him and apply it to parts of my life. And then in turn, I can accomplish things that are reasonable. Take this as an example, how I inspired myself. United States Medical Licensing Exam, Step 3. Was this hard? Why it's hard, it's because it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But it was hard. And I didn't really prepare for this properly. I kind of knew it too, but still I wanted the pass. And this was premature. This was before I was in residency. This is a test that you usually want to take during residency or after. I wasn't prepared for it. But what did I do? I went gutso, right? Because, oh yeah, I motivated myself in the past. Well, I wasn't prepared and I failed it twice. If you want to find somebody that's successful, they're lying if they haven't failed. I failed, not exams at least. I'm thankful that I haven't. But I've failed far many times than I've accomplished. What have I done when I failed? I always figured it out. I went to the drawing board to understand what I'm doing, and then I applied myself. And what did I do? I applied myself 24 hours a day. No day offs. I prepared myself after this. You better believe it. Because I knew it. I knew I could do it. If I passed step 1, let's go 100. If I passed step 2, 100, why can't I pass step 3? Yeah, I should be able to pass it. I'm not going to give up. I've come way too far. I studied my butt off once again, and the third time I passed. What was I looking for? A result. That's it. There's nothing more to it than that. There's no to-do. There's no let's see what happens. We'll make plans afterward. There was no plan. There was no plan B. It was only plan A. I gotta get the result. I appreciate you letting me be animated. Appreciate you following me on my Motivate You, Inspire Yourself series. This is what I'm going to call it from now on. Again, I want to step away from the term motivational speaker. Self-proclaimed and it's self-righteous. I'm stepping down from that phrase. I'm stepping down. Let's try to review what we talked about today. Motivate you, inspire yourself. Motivate yourself. Get yourself up and going. If you hit snooze on the alarm every morning, you're setting yourself up to relax. Don't do that. First thing that you should do is don't hit the snooze button. Motivate yourself. And then when you motivate yourself, you're like, hey, look, man, I didn't hit the snooze button today. Well, let me just put a couple more reps in. Or how about this? I motivated myself to not hit the snooze button. So today, what am I going to do? I'm going to inspire myself because I motivated myself in the morning to work out. That's it. Don't wait for anybody else to do it for you. Again, you'll be waiting forever. I appreciate you listening to me. Subscribe, like the video, share. Let me know how I can make this better. I appreciate you letting me learn about myself, me being animated, and learning how I've motivated myself in the past to inspire myself in the future. Namaste.